welcome to Revive Yoga. My name is Selena. This short sequence is going to be perfect anytime you need to get a little refresh, a little wake up. So whether that's in the morning or in the afternoon to fight that afternoon lull, you're going to walk away feeling refreshed, revived, re-enlivened, and what you will need for class is just some place to practice. I'll be on a yoga mat, but you could do this on a carpet or the floor or anywhere. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get started sitting in a comfortable seat. I'm going to recommend placing a blanket or a pillow or a towel underneath the seat. So like me, I'm going to take my blanket and just sit up nice and tall. That really helps, especially if you have any kind of low back pain or if you feel a little bit more tight in the hips. You just build yourself as big of a throne as you need today. So when you come to a seat, let's let our hands rest down on our thighs. That's a nice grounding way to start our practice together. And then you'll close your eyes. And when you close the eyes right away, let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out. It can be audible. And let's do that again. Breathe in. And exhale. One more like that. And full audible exhale out. So nice. And keeping the eyes closed here, keeping this sense of stillness, can you just tune in and notice how you're feeling? Maybe where in the body you're feeling it. And so just starting in a more meditative sense of just kind of dropping in, really arriving on the mat, arriving in your thoughts, in your body, whatever time of day it is for you, you just give yourself a moment to really be here. Whatever came before the day is no longer relevant. Whatever's coming later in the day, we can't really control. So the only moment that we have that is of any importance is this moment right here, right now. I'll have you flip both of your palms to face up now. So before, palms facing down is a bit more grounding. Now I want us to receive some new energy, receive some new breath, new perspective, new insight. And blink the eyes open. Move whatever you've been sitting on off to the side and come and meet me on all fours and hands and knees. So coming to a tabletop position, you'll spread the palms, the hands are directly beneath the shoulders, the knees are directly beneath the hips, all 10 toes point back behind you, and feel like you could even get the tops of the toenails to ground down into the mat. From here, just drop the belly, lift the heart. This is a cow pose, it's a bit of a back bend. You can kind of wag your tail side to side. And then you'll push the floor away from you, you'll deeply round the spine, drop the head, fold. And we're going to move through that a little bit quicker with the breath. So your inhale will be this back bend and your exhale will be forward and rounding. So it'll look like this, in and out, and in and out. And I want you to just keep finding this movement and know that in the essence of trying to revive and refresh and reawaken, our spine is so important to that. And if we can get a nice clear channel through the spine, that's how all of our nerves connect to our brain, from our fingertips and our toes all the way up into the brain. So when you start to really move through these cat-cow shapes and you kind of get out any stickiness or stuckness through the spine, you're going to get new breath and you're going to feel so much more amazing. So let's be here for maybe 4 more. In and out, in, out. So nice. And then come and meet me in neutral. From here, tent up onto your fingertips. And if this feels difficult at first, know that over time your fingers will get stronger. If you need to stay down on the palms, of course, that's always an option. But on fingertips, I want you to start to draw really big circles around yourself. And this is to get really spherical. It's like your hips are moving in every direction that they probably don't often move in. So when you go to the right, go all the way over to the right. When you go to the left, get all the way to the left. If you want to let your elbows be soft and your head and neck to get involved, by all means. This one is really just about moving intuitively, moving in a way that your body is telling you it wants to move, and then switch directions and go the other way. This can move like water. There's no right or wrong way to do this one. It's all just about you moving moving in a way that feels good or different or unique, and moving with curiosity, never judgment. Let's be here for one more. Really beautiful. And then make your way back through center. Lower back down onto the palms if you were on fingertips. And then from here, extend your right leg back behind you. The toes are going to stay on the floor. And from here, you'll just find a little pulsing forward and back. And you're likely going to open up through the calf muscle, open up through the toes, look forward. We want to see what's coming out in front of us. What's going on at the belly button is never quite as interesting as what might be out in front of us. And then spin onto the outer edge of the right foot. Take your right hand to the right hip and start to open your right shoulder towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling if that's possible. And then if you can add on, you'll take your right arm up to the ceiling. Good. And we really want to try and spin the nose in the direction of those fingertips. And then see if you can spin the right palm to face forward. That's opening up the right collarbone. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Maybe even reach that right arm all the way up and over. It's a huge stretch through the right side waist. Spin the chin towards the armpit if you can. Maybe even bend the elbow. Make a little basket for the back of the head so you can hold the head and then reach the elbow even farther away from the grounding of the right foot. Take the right arm back up to the ceiling. Lower the right hand. Lower the right knee. You're in a tabletop, and then I'll have you extend the legs. You're going to lift your hips high to come to your first downward facing dog. And in this first down dog, you can pedal out the legs a lot, bending one knee, bending the other, maybe even lifting a leg if that feels nice or if that's available to you today, lifting the other leg. Coming forward towards a plank pose, top of a push-up to measure out the length of our downward facing dog, and then creasing at the hips and taking it high once again. From here, find some stillness. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Lower back down onto the knees and come back into a tabletop position. So now we'll extend the left leg back behind us. The toes will tuck, we'll look forward, and we'll pulse forward and back. Keep the neck nice and long, the vision a couple of inches out in front of you. And now spin onto the outer edge of the left foot. Bring the left hand to your hip and start to open the left shoulder towards the ceiling. You're then going to look up towards the ceiling if that's possible. If you can add on, you reach the left arm up. Maybe you spin the palm to face forward out in front of you. You're looking up at the fingertips. Option now to reach that right or left arm all the way up and over. And then if you want, bend the elbow, make a little basket for the back of the head. Support the head as you continue to open the left shoulder. Reach the left elbow forward. Stay really grounded through the outer edge of the left foot. Big breath. Take the left arm back up to the ceiling. Lower the left hand, lower the left knee. You're back in a tabletop, and then you'll extend the legs, lift the hips high. Downward facing dog once again, pedaling out through the feet if that felt nice. Come forward to a plank pose, top of a push-up. Always option to lower the knees to the mat. Look forward, and then lift the hips high, downward facing dog once again. We'll come into that plank pose, top of a push-up. Everyone will lower the knees down. Vision is forward, and then bend the elbows, come all the way down to the belly. Point the toes. Lift the chest up. Maybe lift the hands up. It's a little bit of a back bend. And then lengthen the neck. Good. Exhale, lower everything down. Plant the palms. Press your seat all the way back towards the heels. And then tuck your toes and lift your hips high. Downward facing dog once again. This time, walk your feet forward, walk your hands back, come to a fold somewhere on the mat, doesn't matter where. Take two fists in between the inner arches of the feet. That's how you measure your inner hips distance. And now drop the head here. You can either grab for opposite elbows, or you could interlace the palms behind the nape of the neck and just add a little bit more weight to what gravity is already doing. Keep a very generous bend in the knees here and just really focus on dropping the head. Especially if you've been feeling a little like stuck or a little sluggish. This is such a nice change of perspective where we're seeing the world upside down. We're seeing your room upside down. Give your head a shake yes and a shake no. Release the fingers to the floor, and then you're going to push down into the feet. The slowest thing you've done all day. Keep the arms heavy. Start to roll your way up to stand. Push down into the feet. Tuck your tail. Stack each of the individual vertebrae up on the till you come all the way up to a comfortable stance here. Head is the last to arrive. And then you can roll the shoulders down and back. Good. Coming into our mountain pose. So all 10 toes will be pointing forward out in front of us. Arms are open wide. Let's close our eyes, chin parallel to the floor. Just notice what it feels like to stand consciously on your 2 feet. Big breath. Allow the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Feel how the earth beneath you supports you. Feel how the sky up above you beckons you to sit or stand a little bit taller. And then we'll sweep our arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Hook for opposite thumbs. Put a nice generous bend in the knees here. And then soften the shoulders away from the ears once again. Side bend over to the right. So you just tip your torso over, and then let's look underneath the left armpit. It's almost like you could smell your armpit maybe. You're getting a nice stretch. And then come back through center. Switch which thumb is on top. So different thumb. Lift up through the fingers and then side bend over to the left. And let's look underneath that right armpit. Maybe lean the right shoulder back any amount. By pressing down into both feet, bring yourself all the way back through center. We're going to add on and make it a little bit more fun. So let's bend the knees quite a lot. Side bend over to the right. And now this time, reach the fingers forward. And you're making this big dramatic circle around your body. And do that, let's say 2 more times over to the right first. And this can be as much in the hips as you want, as much in the shoulders. Switch directions and go the other way. It's meant to be kind of loosey-goosey. It's not meant to look any particular way. So whatever you're doing is absolutely perfect. Just feel like you're dancing or moving and breathing. And then when you're even, come back up through center. Give your arms a little shake, shake, shake. Fingers a shake, shake, shake. Hands are going to come down alongside of you once again. Palms face forward, eyes closed, big breath. Take the arms all the way up, look up towards the ceiling, and then dive over the legs and fold back into your forward fold. From here, you're going to look forward and just step your knees back down to the mat. So we're coming back into a comfortable seat. If you had a blanket, please grab the blanket and sit on that. I'm going to sit into a yoga block. If you have books, you can do so as well. But I'm just going to sit with my knees forward and my feet back. But you're welcome to sit cross-legged. No right or wrong way to do this one. Bring your hands onto your thighs and close the eyes. Okay, so now we're going to move into a breath practice called Kapala body breath. It is short, sharp exhales through the nose, and it's meant to be very clearing, but it can be a little bit uncomfortable at first, but you will catch on, I promise. I'll have us bring our hands to our belly just to start, and I want you to observe me so you see where we're going. My lips will stay closed, and I'm focusing only on the exhale. So, and you can see that as I exhale, my low belly is snapping in and up, in and up, in and up, in and up as I'm pushing the air out. I don't worry about the inhale, that comes naturally. We only want to focus on the exhale. So are you ready? Let's bring our hands onto our belly here. Close the eyes. Together, we'll take a normal breath in and a normal breath out. Zip your lips together. Inhale through the nose halfway, and then through the nose, exhale. Good, and just keep that going. And the hands on the belly help accentuate that snapping in and up, in and up, in and up, in and up as you're getting the air out, 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 out. And just keep working with it. The mouth stay closed. I'll join you once again. And you sort of pick up this rhythm, and I just want you to keep going with it, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable, even if it feels like you've never tried anything like this before, just go with it. I like to imagine a little broom sweeping through and clearing out any cobwebs, getting any stale thoughts or emotions that just aren't serving you for the day anymore, and you can just think of it getting out, 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 out. Let's be here for 10 more. Good, full exhale. As you inhale, take the arms all the way up overhead. Hook for opposite thumbs. Hold on full. Take 3 more sips of air in through the mouth so that you feel super ripe, super full. And then almost as if you were a champagne bottle letting go. Arms come alongside of you. Hands will face up once again in that nice receptive way to end practice. Normal breath. And just notice any shifts that you feel from our movement or from the breath. Tune in to the sitting bones grounding down into the floor or a blanket or a block. Draw the hands together to a prayer shape at heart center. Allow the chin to knock down towards the chest, giving yourself a moment of gratitude for making time to revive the body in a natural and healthy way, to move, to breathe, to get present. And sealing our practice, blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.